actually spoke to some agripreneur in Lagos. And I recall that 2 weeks ago, we also spoke with Adidam. And one major characteristics that stands out for these guys was actually access to funding. And I know that we had a very robust conversation around it. And I also pitched some things to them as regards, the kind of business support they can actually leverage on with the Lagos state government. Hence why we have a guest in the studio this afternoon. So this afternoon, we're going to be focusing on empowering Lagos agripreneurs through accessible financing. Our guest is Ayobami Okanola, the head business and project support at the Lagos State Employment Trust Fund. Good afternoon to you, Ayola.
Good afternoon, Taiwo.
All right, it's good to have you.
Again.
All right, this is about the second time we're meeting this year.
Yes. Yeah, I think last year, October.
Was it last year?
Last year.
Really? Time flies.
Time flies. About 7 months now. So good to see you. I think we had a lovely conversation on that day. Yeah.
All right. I'm glad you had a lovely conversation. So it's good to have you again in the studio. But this afternoon, something very close to what we discussed the last time, as usual, when you come into the studio. But this time, we're going to be taking it from the angle of agripreneurs, right? We spoke to a couple of them, and these guys have they have fantastic ideas, but one major thing that is affecting their business is support, right? Access to finance. Talk to me. What is the LSETF doing?
Hi, good afternoon, Lagos. I just want to say a very big thank you to Mr. Governor, the Deputy Governor, the Board of Lagos Employment Trust Fund, and my amiable CEO, Mrs. Fisher Olayande, and then my Director of Programs as well. Basically, the Lagos Employment Trust Fund, we are your go-to people for you're trying to achieve dreams. Essentially, our role in Lagos is to provide financial support for Lagos residents for the purpose of job and wealth creation. That is our role. And the biggest and the most important aspect of our intervention, which I know the Lagos state government is proud of every day when we talk about it, single-digit access to finance. I'm going to break that down. Single-digit loans. Now, through the Lagos State Employment Trust Fund funding, we are a Lagos State intervention. Our loans are at 9% per annum. Now, if you are looking to achieve your goal, if you are looking to move to the next level as an agripreneur in Lagos, we should be your number one. We should be your number one go-to, right? Well, let me put it in perspective, right? If we give a business owner, a farmer, ₦1 million today, the interest on that ₦1 million is 90,000 naira.
Okay.
And the person is going to pay that for 1 year. For 1 year. That means that you can break that 1,090,000 by 12 months, and the person can pay over 12 months. Okay. Now, this is that's the cheapest loan you can find anywhere in Nigeria. And for a sector like agric that hasn't received so much support, when you have access to those kind of funding, it makes it easier for you to improve your profit. I'll just quickly give you a model that we have used in partnership with Minister of Agriculture, Lagos State Agri Development Agency as well been involved. We have what we call the IBHD Ikorodu Bola Up, and we have done that particular model for 5 different circles, and we have supported over 120 poultry farmers since 2023. And just to blow your mind, Taiwo, in that circle, we have given out over 341 million naira.
Wow.
In access to finance.
Can I tackle him on something?
Yes.
Just go ahead.
Okay. All right. For me, I want to give kudos to the Lagos State Agri Development Authority for giving us a platform like the Lagos Farmer. And that's why we keep bringing people to come and talk to farmers, Lagosians who are willing to be part of the agri space. Now, when you say that your loan is the most, affordable.
Yeah.
Okay, when we talk about our farmers, I still feel that I don't still feel the fact that you have moved with our farmers in Lagos State, because the extension service delivery is the fulcrum of LSETF. So how have you been able to navigate through the farmers? Because you are mentioning the poultry farmers. Okay, we know that, they have a lot of enterprise. We have the fish farmer, we have the crop farmers, especially, where they will grow something for a longer period.
Awesome.
Is it that you have taken the consideration of all the farmers in this value chain, and then the method of repayment, is it after the 1 year? I wanted to break it down so that by the time they get their loan, they'll be able to know, when are they start going to pay? You understand? Because they have long farmers, especially the crop farmers. So please break it down, because it's going to go a long way for this message to reach our farmers, because we want all of them to enjoy the benefit of Lagos State, but we don't want to get them stopped.
Thank you so much, ma'am. That was quite insightful. I learned a lot of things from, even with a question, but I learned a lot of things. So quickly, I'm just going to put it maybe in perspective. So we not just maybe focus on just the boilers alone. It was an opportunity that came to us. Minister of Agric, LSETF, are one of our core partners. We are sister agencies essentially. So we exchange information from time to time, and the idea of how we got to the Ikodu blower was emanated from that exchange of information. We saw an opportunity to quickly support that sector, and we brought them in a cluster.
Okay.
Yeah, that particular
Where exactly
IBH
is the cluster?
in Ikodu.
Where exactly the location?
I'm going to give you the location before we finish, but it's actually in Ikodu. Yeah. So this what they do is very simple. They bring in sometimes 30, 60, 120 farmers together, and then you have these chicks they brought into the farms, and they go over that period. The funding is given to them, recycle, and then they have off-takers as well who off-take these chicks when they are grown for that level. Now, back to your question in terms of have we talked about the entire value chain? Now, one of our core sector, one of the most important sector that we usually support is agriculture. And I use the Ikodu Bola because it's a very big success story that we have, that even Mr. Governor has been very proud of. But I'm saying that we still have opportunities for every aspect of the value chain. Don't also forget there is also the agri-processor as well. Yeah. So back to your question about how does the loan work, I'm just going to take the next 2 minutes to just describe how our loan model works. Now, there are 3 categories of loans that we do at Lagos Employment Trust Fund. The first category is the micro enterprise startup. Do you have somebody who have learned how to be a farmer and then he wants to start farming? Yeah. So we have a small ticket of 50,000 to 250,000 naira. Now, that means that you're just coming into the value chain. You are a startup. You have never done any business, but we're taking a risk on you. Okay. There are hardly any lender who most times we take a risk on startups, but we are saying you're a micro enterprise or a startup. Are there just people like that in the farming sector, agriculture? Well, maybe they might be. And then just 50,000 naira to 250,000 naira. What do you need? Don't forget that these loans are taxpayers' money. What do you need to get the loan? You need to have your LASRA, you need to be living in Lagos, evidence that you are doing business in Lagos, because that is for the Lagos economy. The second thing that you need to have is your tax ID to see that, although for a startup, you are not yet in the tax bracket, but at least you need to have the ID that you have the intention to be able to pay your tax after all of this done. And then you get that loan and can start your business. That's the lowest ticket. Now, the next ticket is the 50,000 to 500,000. That's what's called micro.
The lowest ticket covers how many months?
All of our loans are at 1 year, between 1 year to 24 months. Okay. Right? So that's what I'm
regardless of the amount.
Yes. So depending on the category. So let me get to the category where you have. I've already done with the first category. Then the second category essentially is the micro enterprise, and that's from 50,000 naira to 500,000 naira. Now that is for business owners who are already in business, but they are not yet formalized. They don't have a CAC registration and all of that. And when they are able to do that 50,000, so they need the basic things. They need the LASRA, residential, the fact that you are doing business. There'll be a KYC that will be done. Where is your farm? If you have a farm, or whatever you want to do, and then you're going to need your account statement, and at this time you need to have started paying your tax, right? And then obviously you're going to have your health insurance as well. These are some of the things that have been added to the criteria. And then finally, which is the highest bucket of loans, which is where our most agri-business owners might be present, and that is the small and medium enterprise loan, and that is of 501,000 to 5 million naira. Now, this can run from as low as 1 year ticket to as high as 24 months, right? Okay. Now, and it's still 9% per annum. Whatever amount of loan we were giving, it is 9% per annum. And now all of these loans have different aspect of the value chain. You cannot compare what an MES is going to need to what an ME is going to need and what an SME is going to need. So that is how the loan works. Now, in terms of circle, that is why we have people like you who are our sister agency. You advise us on, this circle. We just came out from a meeting, for example.
Okay, Ayobami,
Yeah.
I know we can go on and on this. I mean, I understand that perfectly. But then, as a sister agencies, I want to understand why this gap between LSADA or the Lagos State Ministry of Agriculture and Food Systems and LSETF, because ideally there is an entrepreneur that approaches LSADA or Lagos State Ministry of Agri and Food Systems, and they're struggling with something. It should be like a chain that we just direct you that,
Pipeline
okay,
us to LSETF,
so
yeah.
what is that gap? What's going on between there?
Okay. So I wouldn't say there is a gap. It might just be a one-off. I'll just point that to you. Most of the agri innovation programs that we have, Ministry of Agriculture and LSETF, we work closely. So when I mean close, I mean very closely.
To be honest, when I hosted two of them last weekend and the week before, I confirmed that I know, like the Fisher woman, I know their story.
Yeah,
I know Toke
exactly.
Cosmetics and all of that. So I'm trying to understand where that gap is.
There might have been a communication gap, right? One way or the other. I knew that we were talking before we came into the studio, and she was asking, I need to have exactly what is the direct support that LSETF is doing with LSAD.
Yeah.
Right? And I'm saying that most times, because we are we're focusing now on our loans, right?
Sure.
So, but there are other interventions that LSETF is involved in.
Sure.
So just to answer your question, it's possible that through the LSADA, like I said, from the records that I have seen, we have had business support programs with LSADA.
Yeah.
So we have farmers who had issues with their books, farmers who needed to formalize, farmers who needed to improve on their communication, farmers who needed to go to market or access to market, and they came to LSADA and Minister of Agriculture. Now, but I'm saying that there could be a one-off experience where somebody just doesn't have the information, and a person doesn't come here to LSADA, might not get the information. Now, if person doesn't go to LSETF website, might not get the information. But I'm just trying to say that, yes, no matter how closely knitted we are as sister agency, it's still very possible that some information might still fall down throughout the track. But taking this your feedback, it means that we might need to now improve more on our communication strategy. We need to have info sessions more. Okay, so let me just say the other interventions, just to help you out in terms of communication.
Yes.
We have 4 other interventions part of the loan. The loan is the most important to us.
Yes.
But we have 4 other interventions. That is access. One is secondly is access to capacity development. So there are people who are in Lagos State who don't have jobs, and they need to get a job. They need a skill for them to be placed in a job. So we do an employability program for them.
For free?
For free. For free. You come for the training and they'll be placed you in jobs. Third one is access to business support. One of the things that I do in my unit is that we support your business. Now, business support is in many ways. Now, there are businesses, so if you go out now and say, what do you need as a business owner? Money. Everybody tell you money. When you dive deeper, you will find out that what do you really need? I'll give you an example. So a business owner came to us at BPS, I think early this year, and said, I need the 12 million. I said, our loan ticket is 5 million naira. But let me ask you a question, because I'm a business developer by training. But I'm saying, can I ask you a question? If I give you a transaction that gives you a 10 million naira revenue, would you still need the 10 million naira loan? They say, no, I don't need it. I'm saying, okay, so what you need is access to market, really. So do you have product in your store? If I can do an access to market for you, a business to customer, a business to business, link you up. If I can give you a master class on how to expand your market, it means that you wouldn't need my 10 million naira loan anymore. And the person says, yeah, that's true. And
can that be done for our farmers?
Yes, I'm going there. Yes. So access to business support is something that is a quick win for us. Let me even tell you the logic. Business and project support is your entry point even to our loan. If you are going to come in for a loan, we need to a large extent have done a loan readiness program for you. Because you find out that it's a Lagos State intervention, but there are rules to lending. You find out a lot of people, you go out there after you have done all of the training and then you start the loan process, you find out they are owing fair money or they are owing OP.
Okay, so we're not going to mention brands now. Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. The program is still Lagos Farmer. If you own a business, you're an agripreneur in Lagos, you own a farm in Lagos, this is the time to connect with us. Should you have any concern? Ayobami, let me take you up on this question because I know for LSETF, eligibility and criteria, you need to have LASRA, you need to have your business registered and all of those things. For farmers, what are the criteria? What do they need to present? Is it the same as that of the regular entrepreneurs?
Yeah, so I'm just going to piggyback from where I was, and I just for mentioning some points there. I'll just piggyback from where I was coming from. One of the first criteria that you need to have is you need to be in good credit standing. Now we'll find out that majority of people who come to us, when we decline their loan, we find out that they have bad credit in other places. So the first criteria right now, beginning from what we do at business support, is to check if you have the right credit. We want to be sure that you don't have any bad debt anywhere. That's the first criteria.
How do you talk?
So like I said, we are a government intervention, but we are also a lender. So we have regulations like the credit bureau, the credit registry, and we have access to all of that. So we check that for you from the word go. Now, if you have challenges, maybe you are delinquent or you are owing somewhere, we also provide support for you so that you can provide the right guidance and support for you so that you can settle whatever organization you're owing, and then we can take you to a master class and you can now come in and then get the loan from LSETF and you are able to go and improve your business. So that's the first criteria. I mentioned this earlier as well. Second criteria is your LASRA. You must be living in Lagos because this is a Lagos-based business. Secondly, you must be paying your tax, LRS, either your tax ID or your tax certificate, right? And then thirdly, you need to have the Lagos State Health Insurance. It's one of the new things that are just coming. Now, if you are going for the SME loan, you will need to have your CAC. That means that you must have been registered as a business owner. So those are the basic criteria. And after all of that is done, there will be a KYC. Now, basically, the idea is that the government has money, but they don't have enough money for everyone at the same time.
Sure.
So if you don't pay back, it means that we can help other people. And this is me saying a very big shout out to our risk team as well. We have a 98% repayment ratio plan. And we have our standing now on repayment is over 98%.
Amazing.
Yeah. So because first of all, you go through the business support. We let you understand that number one, at 9% per annum, like I'm saying, is an affordable loan. Number one. Number two, we give you the right standing that you have this money. You are able to use the money for your business. And you're able to grow your business. Not that you just take the money and then you want to go and do second wife.
Can I add something to it in terms of in LSEDA we have an arm that they call the Rural Institutional Development, where they support farmers in terms of linking them with kind of loans. But they're always particular about being in cooperative society. Do you have other criteria for LSETF as in farmers?
Yeah.
Must they be in cooperative or they have to come as an individual?
So it's not a silver bullet. You come, like I said, the IBH model is a cluster model, it's a cooperative model.
Okay.
You can come in. We have had farmers who have come to us individually.
Okay.
We are a Lagosian. You have your criteria.
All right.
You are not. But ideally, it's better to work in agricultural, in the agri sector, from my experience, working in synergy, in a cooperative, in a cluster, aid your business better. Working in a silo has been one of the major bane of businesses in the agri sector. So I'm saying that we would like to work in the cooperative because that gives us access to many people at the same time. But if you work in as a business owner and you meet the criteria, you get the loan. So it is both sides of the divide. We are
so whichever way it comes. All right.
All right, Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. You can still be a part of a conversation this afternoon. Let's look at some of the risk factors that you usually caution farmers about, and what are those things you would usually advise them to avoid to be able to benefit from some of your support services?
I think for me, right, the first question, or the first question you need to answer is that what level is your business? You see, most times as humans, we are worried about the future. We are thinking about the mistake we made in the past, but we don't take action about now. The first thing I think that you need to do to understand, where is my business now? And that's where our advisory classes, our master classes help you. Because when you come in, we will do physical engagement. We can come to where you are to hold the physical engagement classes for you, to let you see where are your books. So the first advice for you is that let's have a good, simple bookkeeping. Your cost, your simple revenue, your profit, your margin, even basically account, separating your bank, your business account from your personal account. Even though you don't have a registered business, you are still an ME or an ME who doesn't have a corporate account.
Yeah.
You can still have a dedicated account, even though it is in your name. You can still have a dedicated. When we look at it like this, because we ask you for your statement. One of the ways why we have this good repayment rate is because we won't give you what you cannot pay back. So there is an analysis flow of how we decide on how much you give you. You can request for 5 million naira, but when you look at your account statement, it's saying that you only qualify for 1 million naira. That's what you get. So my first advice for you is that have the right information. Have the right information about your business. Let your account show that it is a business account. Don't put Ashwebi money with the with feedstock money.
You're just always talking about this Ashwebi.
It's true. Don't put school payment of shawarma. You see, and then you have next tomorrow you want to buy this thing.
So for defaulters, what do you do at the end of the day?
Oh, okay. Because like I said, it's a government intervention. We hardly have defaulters. It's just like I said, 98%, right? So you're asking me of those 2%.
Yeah.
Whatever happens, they will still pay because we have a recovery team. I'm just talking about part-time. In a year now, we're saying we're at 98%. It means that those 2% who may be lacking, maybe they may have used to have finished paying in like last January and then they are still paying now. We follow them up. There's a recovery team. Right. And our recovery team is we have a CRM model, customer relationship model that is intact, and we are also bound by law. So these people will go through them through many means. That's why we have a guarantor. The de-risking method is already, we have a guarantor, right? So with guarantor, can you please help us talk to your person? We also even want to find out what exactly is the challenge you're having that is stopping you from paying. So we don't just say, you have not paid, and then no. What challenge do you have? Do you need to go to some series of support from BPS to help you see how you can pay? But the truth is that in the long run, that's 2% that is missing. They might just in that calendar year they are defaulting, but they would still be able to pay back, essentially.
All right. Well, do we still have time to take one more question on the program?
Because the reason is the fact that I really love our farmers to come on board because they actually are running away from loan because they know that let me now ask you, do you have these you have insurance?
Oh yes.
And a lot of agri projects run through risk.
Yes.
When that happens, how do you take that?
Awesome. I like the fact that you mentioned insurance.
Yeah.
And that's why I said it earlier. I don't know if I was early when I said it. When I said that your first entry point should be business and project support, the business support. Because through our advisory classes, we have insurance classes. So there are different kind of insurance for different kind of business. So if you come for a master and advisory class, you know the kind of insurance you need for your business. There is no way you wouldn't have an agri business, you won't have an insurance. There should be an insurance. And that's why I'm saying that you start with the right information. So your insurance can be catered for through our business support. I mean, you have the understanding, and then there are partners who can help you go through the journey of how you have the right insurance. So once you have an insurance, because the loan itself is insured, right? Once you have an insurance, then it means that whatever happens in the course of the business, your insurance covers for it.
So that means that it will be built up from the beginning with the loan.
That's what I'm saying, that the first place you start with for your business is that you should have an insurance. I know that the IBH has an insurance. There's an insurance.
All right.
There's insurance for all of our loans because we are, like I said, we are a model, a 21st century model.
Ayobami,
Oh.
what do you have to say to farmers in Lagos as we wrap it up?
We could go on and on.
On and on. Yes. What do you have to say
You really need to reassure them at this point.
Yes.
Okay.
Call to action.
I already put in a word for you last week and 2 weeks ago.
Yes.
So you reassure them now on behalf of all the yes.
All the farmers.
Reassuring you, and I'm saying this to you, that the Lagos State Employment Trust Fund is here to support Lagos State farmers. We're here to support you. And all you need to do is just reach out to us. Go to our website. We have our licensing offices in the 20 local government in Lagos. Walk in there and said, oh, we have formed LSETF and we need this service. Within the next 1 hour, you get to us in the headquarters. I'm just saying you don't have to come to the headquarters. We have our website as well. You can go to lsetf.ng. We have info. You can send us an email at info@lsetf.ng to say, this is our cluster. We're here. We need you to come to us. Or just simply go to LSETF. And then
our extension agents will do a lot of work.
Yes, extension. So just simply go there. We will respond to you. We are looking for you.
We probably need to have a liaison office inside
LSETF. Yeah, we can talk about yes. And we also are looking for them. Like we're always going out every time looking for farmers. So if you come to us, fine. If we come to you, fine. I'm just saying we are your one-stop shop for everything you need from us.
All right, then. We've had a robust conversation this morning. I must say maximum thanks to you, Ayobami Okanola, for coming on the program. He is the head business and project support at the Lagos State Employment Trust Fund. This program has been brought to you courtesy the Lagos State Ministry of Agriculture and Food Systems. And of course, I haven't done this all alone. I have been talking in the studio with Abimbola Shakiro.
Thank you once again, Lagos.
All right.
Next time, by God's grace.
Yes, this is where we wrap it up. My name is Taiwo Barua. Big ups to Oluremi Alukova, social media team. Our executive producer is Tayo Akonle. Catch up with us next week at 4:30. Enjoy the rest of your Friday.